what are some of the challenges you face being a female? Because I know a lot of females in the space are kind of critiqued and say, oh, how can she break down or articulate football and she's a female? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are some of the crucial challenges you had? And have you ever got to a moment where you kind of second guessed yourself or like, dang, is this what I really want to do? Because I'm sure for a female in this space, it's definitely hard.
I've never once second guessed it, but I also think I'm blessed. I think luck has a lot to do with it.
Luck?
Opportunity, yeah.
No.
I think so. Sure, I think luck has a lot to do with why people. Yeah. Oh, okay. There's a lot of luck. There's not a lot of great, where I am now. Look at, I'd love to do a job that's in the spotlight and all, but there's not a lot of seats, right? And some of that's luck and relationships, and also like how hardworking you are and all of that.
But I gotta give you some kickback though, and the reason why I say that is because I feel like me and Shady can sit here and say, "Oh, we were lucky to have a career that we had," but at the end of the day, that just wouldn't sit right with me. I feel like, you work hard, you deserve what you work for, you know what I'm saying? So I don't think I get you on the philosophy, but I think it's more of like you've earned that right. Like it's a swagger, it's a persona that you have that's like, come on, that ain't luck. It's you the
I think I think we were talking about being the challenge of being a woman. I think if I carried myself that way, it wouldn't go very well. I think that's
why is that though? That's very interesting. You say
that's just what it is. I think then it's you're too confident, you're too full of yourself, you're too this, you're that. Like that's definitely something that exists. That I guess I consider. Maybe I'm just not even wired that way. I think that the things that I struggle with or the adversity is like what the Daniel Jones thing is a great example. Like where did that come from? Why am I dating every quarterback that makes literally? Can I tell you where that came from?
He's messy.
I didn't
That's where
he's the best. No, I actually you're doing me a favor because I haven't addressed it.
I talk a lot of bad stuff about Daniel Jones. And if that's your man, I'm gonna take some of it back.
That's what I thought this was gonna go. Why he's so trash? You dating it? Like,
That's what the internet's saying. No, but basically it came from me sitting with him. I went to camp and I had him on a bunch last year.
Oh, he was stuttering. That's what it was.
That's what it was. So basically, to answer your question about being a woman in sports, I'm not allowed to stutter. I think it's a good way to sort of. Wow. That's what it is. It's if I stutter, it's like, oh, she likes him. She wants to be with him. That's where that came from.
You're a little uncomfortable. He makes you uncomfortable. Is it fair to say he makes you uncomfortable?
Yeah, he's got her flustered. He whatever. So that's kind of that's what it comes down to is like having a. I would also say like sometimes it's a lot of the people who do what I do. They get to have these relationships with these coaches that they can go have like a dinner or a player.
There's nothing wrong with that.
It's not that there's anything wrong with that, but it's not a question. It's not, and that's something I sort of have to heavily, I think, consider a little bit more.
That's a good point, right? And I do want to ask you about that, like where women in this sport are looked at differently. So first of all, I guess we're used to saying female host, right? And that's like normal. The female host and the guys talk. But now, like you are an opinionist, right? And I think somebody like you, somebody like a Joy Taylor.
Love Joy Taylor.
Right?
Love her.
Where I guess from playing, I'm just being transparent. This is what we do on the 25-10 show. I was always underneath that narrative where, okay, she's a girl, right? I'm not saying she knows as much as me, but it's like I don't see it that way, right? Because it's like I play the game, et cetera. And then I get into TV, right? And I start working with dudes that played. They all don't know what they be talking about either, though, okay?
Okay.
Then I meet Joy Taylor, right? And I'm like, okay, boom, right? And I'm like, damn, she pretty good. Then I start working with you, right? Meeting with you, talking with you. On Good Morning Football, I was going to do that job, and she was on there. And I remember being up there like, dang, yo, like, Kay she know the game. So my point is, like, in this field, was there ever a point where, like, you felt that I can't go out there and say certain things that might be controversial because I'm a female, right? Compared if a guy says this, like, they'll blow it over if he's wrong or right.
I think,
you know what I'm saying?
You're so honest.
Yeah, I am honest. Yes.
That's what always stuck out with you. I try to be that way.
Okay.
So whenever I sort of, especially on Good Morning Football, it's always fact based. It's always let me show you these numbers and then
right.
It was more like that. Like I sort of this. I like celebrating. You and I've had a lot of conversations about how we want to carry ourselves, celebrating the game, seeing the positive, not wanting to be a hot take artist, like that sort of with honesty, of course, that sort of melds into that, but I've always just tried to celebrate the game. I don't know why I've never been afraid of giving my opinion.
I like that about you. You don't care about that.
I don't, and I think Joy Taylor and I like each other in that way. We're different, but she's brilliant and so hardworking, and she believes what she says, and I love that.